Hello and welcome to Amigos IAS. I am Adnan. In today's segment, we'll be discussing Nipah virus. This topic will be helpful in mains GS2 health topic as well as in prelims. So let us go and check what this topic is about. Why is it in news? Because in Kozhikode in district in Kerala, the disease outbreak has been reported. Last time we have seen the disease being reported in 2018, 2019, 2021, and now it is 2023. That means in the last 5 years, for the fourth time, we are seeing this disease coming back to Kerala. So this is called Nipah virus. Now let us try to understand what this virus is, what is the cause behind this virus, and how it spreads, and what are the symptoms of this virus, and what type of disease it is. And we will also see the way forward at the end of the lecture. So as of now, the news is not good. Three more people have been infected with the virus, and isolation has been done for thousands of people. Schools have also been shut. So what is this basically virus about? It's a zoonotic disease. We hear this a lot in the news. Zoonotic disease means the diseases which are transmitted from the animals to the humans via any kind of bodily surfaces, saliva, blood, or by direct transmission, or by eating any kind of contaminated food which has been spread from these affected animals. So, transmission from animals via consumption of contaminated food, particularly raw date palm, sap, or fruit. If we talk about Kerala here as such, so we may assume that because of the agricultural expansion into the Kerala and because of excessive palm trees there, people people drink toddy palm wine, and because of this consumption of this toddy palm wine, the disease also spreads because fruit bats are the reservoirs of this particular virus. They're also called as flying foxes. These fruit bats are mostly located in the southeastern part of the world. That is why we see the origins of this disease in Nipah village in Malaysia. Okay, so they are the primary carriers of this particular virus. Human to human transmission is also possible, that makes this virus quite deadly, especially in close family and healthcare settings. Nipah outbreaks are reported mainly in South and Southeast Asian countries, including Bangladesh, India, Cambodia, Thailand, Singapore as well. So, in these countries, we see the prevalence of this particular virus for various reasons. It could be population density, more and more palm cultivation, or people having these agricultural habitations or livestock farming nearby these forest areas where the fruit bats are there. When these fruit bats are located, we are actually encroaching into the habitats of this particular species. More and more agricultural expansion is happening. As a result, our contact will increase more with the animals, and more contact with animals means the diseases which are there in those particular animals will be spill over to the humans. That is one of the reasons why we see the outbreak of this disease mostly in the Southeast Asia. Slower spread is there compared to COVID-19. COVID-19 is called as SARS-CoV-2. So compared to this coronavirus 2019, of course, the mortality rate is quite high. There was not much mortality rate in the coronavirus, but for Nipah virus, 40 to 75%. That means last time when we have seen 21 people died out of 23 in Kerala. That is the mortality rate of this particular disease. And it usually takes around 5 to 14 days for the symptoms to appear. That means this is called as incubation period. Incubation period is around 5 to 14 days. And once symptoms develop, the disease spreads quite rapidly, and sometimes coma will be there within 28 to 24 to 48 hours also. Even if a person survives from this particular disease, they may get any other kind of encephalitis as well, inflammation of brain. So it is very deadly disease, I can say. But quick containment attributed to lower infectiousness. So one thing is have to be focused here. It is highly mortal, mortality rate is higher, but when it comes to spreading of the disease, the infection spreads slowly compared to the COVID. R naught of about 0.48. What is the meaning of this term R naught? R naught is nothing but the basic reproduction rate. Basic reproduction rate. That means how fast this particular virus will transmit, how infectious it is, how does it transmit from one human to other human. That means 0.48 means what? Less than one person the disease actually transmits. For COVID, it was anywhere between 1.4 to 2.4 was there. That means it has higher transmission rate compared to Nipah, but Nipah is more deadlier than COVID. Please understand this point. Can be asked in the MCQs as well. Symptoms are fever, headache, cough, dizziness. All these are basic symptoms. Again, not quite different from what other diseases are there. That is why many times this disease is not able to be tracked by people because these symptoms are quite common for other diseases as well. What are the tests here? RT-PCR test and ELISA test have to be done to confirm this particular presence of the virus. So if you can see the graphic here, it first came in the year 1998 to 1999 in Malaysia at the pig farms. The farmers who were raiding these pigs, they got contacted by direct contact with these pigs because the bat, as you can see here, the fruit bat, largest bat. Okay, from this bat, which is a natural host, it is going towards this pig, as you can see here. Okay, because once the bats will eat some fruits, it will drop sometimes because bats are also pollinators. They will eating the fruits a lot. So these fruit bats, when they eat the fruits, their saliva or the half-eaten fruit will be falling on the ground. And the pigs, which are raised by the farmers, those pigs will eat or come in contact with this particular half-eaten fruit or the saliva of the bat. And those pigs are in close contact with the people. As a result, from the pigs, the virus will transfer to humans. So this is the nature of transmission of this particular virus. And once it spreads to humans by the contact with the pigs or any other animals, it could transmit to even cats, dogs, sheep, goat, any other diseases. Any other animals also can carry this disease. As a result, humans also who are in contact with these animals will be in danger of contracting this disease from these animals. And once it comes to humans, it is having 40 to 45 to 70% mortality rate, which makes this virus quite deadly. So human to human transmission also is there. That makes this virus quite lethal. So what are zoonotic diseases? Already we have seen. They can be bacterial, they can be viral or parasitic. In MCQs, these questions can be asked. That means bacterial diseases are there, viral are there, parasitic diseases also are there in this zoonotic diseases. Right? And major public health diseases which are zoonotic in origin in India are rabies, Japanese encephalitis, plague, scrub typhus, Nipah, Kyasanur forest disease coming from monkeys. And apart from this, in the world, we also have other diseases like Ebola, Zika. So many of the viruses are there. Zoonotic diseases, these are called as fine from animals to humans. And according to the National Center for Disease Control, this is under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. 75% of emerging and re-emerging infections in India are zoonotic in origin. That means they're coming from the animals. More and more expansion of humans into the animals' habitats, agricultural expansion, all of this will make us come close in contact with the reservoirs of the viruses, reservoirs of this particular bacteria, which are carried under so many other animals. Example, fruit bats. So we have to be very careful about this. India is also considered as a geographical hotspot for zoonotic diseases. So what can be done to tackle this? One health approach is very important here. We have to increase our surveillance mechanisms so that we will be able to watch what is the source of this virus, how it is going to spread. We need to keep an eye on the transmission and the infection rate of this particular virus. And regulated antibiotic use among humans and animals because we see microbial resistance, antibiotics, indiscriminate use of antibiotics are causing resistance towards these antibiotics. So antimicrobial resistance, we have to be very careful about how we use antibiotics so that if we misuse them, we are not able to tackle those antibiotics for the diseases what we carry. So we have to regulate the use of antibiotics as well. Development of a proper registry has to be done. A proper registry has to be maintained. That means we need to always closely monitor the outbreaks of these diseases and also prepare what all zoonotic diseases are spreading and how they are caused, what are the origins behind that. We need to keep an eye on that as well. And constitution of a wide network of academic, research, pharmaceutical, various implementation stakeholders from various sectors. It means one health approach we have to understand here. It says the health of animals, humans, and the environment are linked together. So this is nothing but a unified approach. It's a unified approach which does not just say that, okay, we need to tackle this disease not spreading to humans. No, it's not just that. We need to take care of the aspects of the environment, humans, as well as the animals. Only if we better understand the conditions in which these diseases emerge, then we will be able to tackle the outbreak of these diseases. Then we will be able to prevent the causes of these diseases. Fine. So this means in the mains you can write the answer by talking about the One Health approach. And apart from this, another aspect is what about is there any cure for this virus? No. Vaccines? No. There are no vaccines. They are still being developed. They are under clinical trials as of now. Fine. So just like coronavirus, it is quite difficult for us to find a cure for these viruses, and research is still being going on. So until we find any breakthrough to tackle this particular disease, it is very important for us to adopt this One Health approach. So that's it for this class. If you have any questions, please post in the comment box. Thank you.